Welcome back to Thrive at the Top and to the final episode in our special series Before the Cockpit, Mental Health, Cadet Culture, and Aviation's Hidden Risk. I'm Mabel, your host, and the founder of Complete Wellbeing Global and the creator of the Safe Pillars Framework. And throughout this series, we've explored the upstream causes of psychological risk in aviation long before pilot takes command of an aircraft. This work is driven by our core belief at Complete Wellbeing Global, rooted in the words of Desmond Tutu. There comes a point when we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they are falling in. In this final episode, we are doing exactly that, examining 3 invisible forces pushing cadets and pilots toward burnout, silence, and suppressed distress. These are financial pressure, performance expectations, and ongoing medical scrutiny. This isn't just about clinical depression or fatigue protocols. It's about the cumulative mental load aviation professionals carry, often suddenly with no structured support. Let's talk about the unseen burdens of cadets and pilots. Let's start with money. Flight training is expensive. In some countries, upwards of about 100,000 to 200,000 Australian dollars by the time cadets qualify. Many fund it through personal or family savings, bank loans, government schemes with strict timelines, or sponsorships with performance clauses. This creates enormous financial fragility. If something goes wrong, a failed check, a medical grounding, a relapse, they don't just risk their career, they risk everything they've invested. That pressure distorts decision making. Cadets push through illness, they avoid disclosing struggles, they overfunction out of fear that failure equals financial ruin. And here's the thing, there is no formal support embedded into most cadet programs for financial stress. Not in pre-enrollment discussions, not in well-being check-ins, not even in safety planning. This is a massive oversight. Financial stress is a known psychosocial risk factor in any industry in the global, right? It's a known fact. It impacts sleep, decision-making, focus, and mental health. And in aviation, it can become a silent contributor to unsafe outcomes. And we've seen this in our case of the German wings that we've been referring to in this series. So it's not abstract, it's real issues that we're dealing with. Now let's talk about performance metrics. From the start of training, cadets are assessed, compared, ranked, and expected to perform under scrutiny with no margin for decline. In one of the videos we reviewed during this series, it was said that pilots are expected to perform better each time. Better each time, no dip, no off day, no margin of recalibration. This isn't a performance standard, it's a psychological load. That level of expectation leads to hypervigilance, perfectionism, emotional suppression, and chronic stress. Because, let's be honest, no one performs better every time. Not athletes, not surgeons, not pilots, not anyone. We need to normalize performance variability within safe parameters. We also need to reframe readiness as a supported state, not an unrelenting demand for output. Pilots aren't machines, they are people. And excellence doesn't mean never struggling. It means knowing how to manage and recover. Now let's talk about the weight of the medical surveillance. Here's the third invisible pressure point: ongoing medical assessments. Pilots are subjected to regular checks for vision, cardiovascular health, hearing, cognitive function, and mental health. In theory, this is for safety, but in practice, it often becomes a source of anxiety and fear. Why? Because if something is flagged, especially on the mental health side, it could trigger disqualification, delay progression, or permanently alter their career trajectory. Pilots tell us they don't fear their condition, they fear the system's response to it. This leads to masking symptoms, delaying care, seeking off-record treatment, or avoiding assessments entirely. Surveillance without support is not safety. It's fear-based compliance. What we need are assessments embedded in trust-based systems. Confidential reporting, time-bound grounding with structured return to fly plans, no automatic penalties for recovery, integrated mental health professionals alongside aviation medical examiners. When we remove the fear, we allow early intervention. And that's the key to safety. So here's the bigger question. Right now, we have cadets and pilots absorbing the pressure of debt, high stakes performance, surveillance, cultural silence, and fear of disclosure. But the system around them offers very little cushioning. Instead of absorbing pressure, aviation culture amplifies it. So what if we flip that? What if systems were designed to reduce pressure, not to add to it? That's the future we're building at Complete Wellbeing Global. A future where performance and pressure are not the same thing. A future where pilots are supported, not surveilled. A future where early intervention is the norm, not the exception. So let's end this series where we began. If we want to stop pulling people out of the river, we need to go upstream and see why they are falling in. The pilot crisis doesn't begin in the cockpit. It begins in silence, in perfectionism, in shame, in systems that were never designed to hold the whole human. It's time to redesign them. Because every time we make it safe for someone to speak up, we prevent another incident, another tragedy, another loss of life and talent. Upstream prevention is not soft, it's strategic, it's safety critical, and it's long overdue. Thank you for joining us on this 5-part journey. If you lead, regulate, insure, or train inside aviation, and you're ready to evolve your systems with mental health built in, let's talk. At Complete Wellbeing Global, we partner with aviation organizations around the world to build cadet wellbeing programs, fatigue and resilience diagnostics, pilot check-in tools, and safe, ready advisory pathways, and long-term cultural transformation. Let's connect directly and start the conversation. And if you found this series valuable, share it with someone in these positions. Send it to your leadership team or your HR partner, your training director, because this conversation doesn't end here. It starts here. Again, share, like, and subscribe so you don't miss another episode or another series that will be starting soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay human, and let's lead differently.